Apparently, I like to, when I browse Netflix, I like to look at the section where it's like, what's leaving soon, and it's like, hey, do I have any interest in this? Oh, it's leaving in a week. All right, I'll check it out. And on Netflix, apparently it's leaving Netflix very soon. I saw Blade. This is a film. It's a movie actually, and a film. It's a film and a movie. I've never seen it before. I've been told that it's good. I've been recommended this movie by people, and I must say it's okay. It's pretty decent. Right, so Blade. Okay, so it's about, there's like vampires. So it's a vampire world, and there's vampires. Okay, all right, I'm in. I like vampires. To be honest with you, I don't think I've ever seen any vampire movie. This might be my first vampire movie I've ever seen. I've never seen like Twilight. I've never seen any of those other, like, the only vampire medium I know is Twilight. I know there's a couple other popular vampire things. Never seen them. I'm going to be honest. I think this is the first vampire movie I've ever seen. I'm just not that into vampires. I'm just going to be honest with you. But I watched this movie, it popped up. And so I checked it out. So Blade is about, like, so there's vampires, right? And so, like, okay, I just want to say the opening scene where they go to, like, the secret vampire rave, that was great. I mean, I'm going to be honest. So the vampire rave, I was a little, I'm skeptical of vampires in general. I've been told this movie is decent. And then as soon as the vampire rave happens, I'm in. Like, when the blood starts coming from the fucking sprinklers and all the vampires are like, it's great. I loved it. So I as of that moment, I was in. I was buckled up. I was ready for the ride. So Blade, the main character, right, played by Wesley Snipes, is like a half vampire. He's like Gohan in Dragon Ball, Like, how in Dragon Ball, like, you got the Saiyan, and then they fuck the human, and then they create, like, the half human, half Saiyan, and they're, like, stronger than the full Saiyan or whatever. That's Blade. He's like the Gohan of the Blade universe. They just copied from Dragon Ball. These motherfuckers were like, all right, let's look at Dragon Ball. Let's copy that shit. I'm just making a joke, but it's, So anyway, Blade is like, he's half vampire, right? So he needs to have like blood or like some serum that's like replaces blood in his system or whatever, right? But also he's got some benefits of being a human. He can walk during the day because the vampires are like, they get killed by sunlight, right? So they call him the day walker, right? Because he's, he can just walk around during the day, but he's still got like the vampire super strength, because vampires are strong for some reason. Like, I don't know why. But their vampires are just strong. Like, so the main villain is this guy named like Frost or something. I think that was his name. I'm not sure. I think that was his name. And he's like some really pale ass vampire. He's like a fucking like twink. But he's a vampire, so he's like, whoa, he's super strong. But he's like, I'm gonna be honest, like, there's a scene where like he takes his shirt off, and I'm into it. So anyway, so Blade is like running around trying to kill all these vampires, and one of the other things, the vampires like grow their limbs back or whatever. So like one of the vampires who loves to feud with Blade, like gets his arms chopped off and then grows it back, and then he's like, you keep chopping my arms off, and then he burns them alive, right, in the rave, and then the burnt vampire goes to the hospital, but he's regenerating. And then he, like, kills the people in the hospital and bites one of the other ones, who's a lady. And that becomes, like, the sidekick character. And then so Blade rescues her and then tries to, like, treat her vampire infection or whatever. That's cool. That's good, So then she's, like, tagging along. And Blade's up to antics. So, like, Blade apparently, so he's half vampire because, like, his mother was pregnant and about to give birth to him, and then she got bit, but then like the bite infected like him a little bit, didn't finish the infection because then the birth procedure happened, so that's why he's half vampire. So anyway, Blade's like trying to get revenge on the vampires because they killed his mom, but wait, there's a twist at the end because his mom is actually a vampire, and they saved, like, the vampires saved his mom, and his mom is secretly a vampire, and then his vampire mom and him fight each other, and he has to kill his vampire mom. I was into that. I'm like, that's my favorite part of the movie, is when he kills his vampire mom, because that's cool. Alright, that's cool. Anyway, so like, there's like an ancient religion of like the vampires have this ancient religion or something, and like Frost is trying to like collect like the Dead Sea Scroll looking motherfuckers to like translate these ancient texts, and then finds out that like, you know, if you get like a half vampire, very convenient because Blade is half vampire, right? You get the half vampire, you lock them in this machine, and then you put blood in this tube, and then like the blood lands on your face, and then you become like a super vampire. It doesn't make any fucking sense, but it's a cartoon. It's a fucking movie. They made it up, right? So anyway, so they made that up, but you know, whatever. So then like Frost becomes like the super vampire and like takes the shirt off, and I'm like, right? So I'm in, right? I'm like, oh, right? Like, okay. I love the combat in this movie. It's super fun. Like, they just, like, fuck each other up for fun. And then, like, you know, because the vampires regenerate, like, you can chop their arms off and then they're still, like, in the game. It's super cool, right? And so anyway, so, like, Frost becomes a super vampire. But also the doctor lady that Blade rescues earlier made some vampire killer, like, drug or something, like, in needles. And then Blade has these needles that, like, Frost thinks are a serum, right? So he's like trying to keep it from him, and then Blade like throws the needles at him, and then he like pops and blows up. The CGI was a little strange. I'm not gonna lie, like the CGI was like, but it was very cartoony. But I'm into it. Like I don't mind. But anyway, so I love when he's like making all the vampires blow up with the needles or whatever, and then Frost goes like, right? It's great. Apparently Blade 2 and 3 are on Netflix, but they're getting removed in a week, so maybe I'll watch the next two while I can. But anyway, this movie was good. The music, I have to say, the music in this movie was fun. It was upbeat. It was energetic. Like, I'm in. The vibe of this movie was pretty good. You know, the plot is decent, right? Like, the characters are decent. The action is decent. It's just it's an all-around very decent movie, right? It's going to be a profound, life-changing movie to watch? No. But it's going to be fun. You're going to be entertained. So I'm into it. Right? I'm into it. Like it was, you know, it's very good. So I'm excited. So, okay, so the ending of the movie is like he kills... Anyway, so the super vampire thing is supposed to bring a demon from hell, right? But then, like, while he's underground fighting with the super vampire Frost, right? Like, then he goes back up after he kills them all. And then, like, there's an apocalypse going on because, like, there's, like, a demon from hell. Right? And that's apparently what it's going to be the sequel's about. Don't spoil the sequels for me, motherfucker, but I'll check them out. Anyway, there's also a Blade game on PS1, which I have. And so now I might play Blade on PS1 just to get a little, you know, extra part of the universe. I don't know. I'm into it, though. I'm into it. Like, I thought the movie was pretty decent. And I don't, like, I'm not into the vampire thing. So, like, for me, I'm pretty sure I must say that this might be my first vampire movie I've ever seen. I've never seen any Draculas either. Like, just to be complete. Actually, no, technically I've seen Nosferatu. That's a vampire movie, technically. So, this is my second vampire movie. First one, Nosferatu. Second one, Blade. So, anyway, it's pretty good. I like it. I don't know what else to say. It's a good movie. I like the train sequence when there's a train. I like the rave. The rave was cool. Like, I don't know. It's a good movie. Check it out. Endorsed.